So you're ready to buy your first home, but you're stuck trying to decide which loan is right for you. Well, you are not alone. The choice between an FHA loan and a conventional loan can be a little overwhelming, but you don't worry. In this video, I'm going to break it all down so you can make the best choice for your future home and feel confident going into the home buying process. So you stay tuned. I got you covered. Hello, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to talk all about FHA and conventional loans. So let's jump right into FHA loans. So an FHA loan is a government-backed mortgage option that is a great choice for first-time buyers, especially if you have a smaller down payment or if your credit score isn't perfect. The biggest advantage of an FHA loan is the down payment because you can qualify with as little as 3.5% down, which makes buying your very first home more achievable. So now here is something else that makes FHA loans really attractive, and that's the credit score requirements. So FHA loans are more lenient when it comes to your credit score. So while most loans require a higher score, you can qualify for an FHA loan with a score as low as 580. And sometimes even with a score all the way down to 500 with a larger down payment. But I have to mention that just because you have a score of 500 or even 580, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be approved for a mortgage because lenders have their own set of requirements that they place over the FHA requirements. So for example, you have a credit score of 585 and you apply with your bank for an FHA loan. Your bank may have its own set of requirements, and that credit score needs to be about 620 or higher in order to qualify. So if that is the case, you would not be approved for a loan because you don't meet all of the requirements. So I would really recommend that you speak with a lender in your area before you apply to see what their requirements are for FHA financing. Another great perk of FHA loans is the debt to income ratio. So this ratio is a way for a lender to see how much of your income goes towards paying debts. So FHA loans tend to be a little more flexible in this area, which, it can be helpful if you have some debt like student loans or credit cards, but you're still managing everything okay. But like with everything in life, there are a few downsides to FHA loans. So let's talk about those. So first, there is something called mortgage insurance. So if you're putting down less than 20%, then you will have to pay for mortgage insurance, which is basically a way for the government to ensure that the loan gets paid back. But here's the thing, this insurance does not go away. With an FHA loan, you will pay mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, even if you build up 20% or more in equity. You will pay this for the entire life of the loan. Another thing to keep in mind is FHA loans have limits on how much you can borrow, and these limits vary by county. So if you are looking to buy a home in a high cost area, it may not cover the full price of the home. So that is definitely something to consider. But before we go over conventional loans, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Lynette Selby, and I am your YouTube real estate agent right here in beautiful North Carolina. And if you are considering making a move to the area, or you live here and you want to know more about buying a home or even selling a home, or just what options you have when it comes to real estate, I would love to chat. I'll leave a link in the description box, and from there you can schedule a quick call with me for a day and time that works best for you. But okay, let's get back to the video. All right, so let's switch gears and talk about conventional loans. And these are the most common types of mortgages. and they are not insured by the government like FHA loans. They're offered by private lenders like your banks and credit unions, and they usually come with a bit more, I would say, stricter requirements than FHA loans. So for example, conventional loans generally require a higher credit score, and you'll need at least a 620 or higher to qualify. But if you have a score closer to 7, you'll have access to better rates and lower monthly payments. So if you have a good credit score, you may want to consider going the conventional route. One major perk of conventional loans is that if you put down at least 20%, you can avoid mortgage insurance, which means lower monthly payments for you. Another great thing about conventional loans is that they come with higher loan limits. So if you are looking for a more expensive home, this could be a better option for you. However, there are some disadvantages of conventional loans, especially if you are a first-time buyer with less money saved for down payment. For one, conventional loans usually require a 5% down payment, but there are some conventional loans that require 3% down, but the norm is about 5%. And while that's still reasonable, that 5% is definitely more than 3.5 required by FHA. So if you hadn't saved a lot for a down payment, this can make conventional loans a little bit harder to qualify for. Another downside is the credit score requirements. So if you have a lower score, you may find it harder to qualify for a conventional loan. FHA loans are a lot more lenient in that regard, but conventional loans tend to require that stronger credit history. So which loan should you choose? Well, it really depends on your personal situation. If you are a first-time buyer and you have limited savings and maybe even a lower score, then FHA loans is likely your best bet. You can qualify with a smaller down payment and the requirements are a little more lenient kind of overall. But on the other hand, if you have a good credit score, a larger down payment, and you're buying a more expensive home, then a conventional loan might be your best option. But remember, buying a home is a huge decision, and getting the right loan is a very important part of the process. And if you're still a little unsure about which loan is best for you, I would always recommend talking to a trusted lender who can walk you through your options and help you make the best decision for your needs. I hope this video has helped you understand the differences between FHA and conventional loans and has made your home buying decision just a little bit easier. Remember that I'm releasing 2 videos per week with helpful tips about home buying, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. But until next week, y'all take care. See you later. Bye-bye.